morning, day 10 of vlogtober. I have got a very old friend out of the cupboard today. That's something that I've been wanting to do more and more actually, because my wig collection has grown to where I haven't been wearing some of the wigs that I originally purchased maybe about 3 or so years ago. Now this, I don't know if you recognize her. She's a John Renau number. Her name is Parker. Now, you may be coming across this video for the first time this morning. You don't know me. I have alopecia. I have not enough hair on my head. And I no longer wish to go out in public, meet new people, or socialize with friends, or go to work without actually having a little bit of help in that department. And I decided that I was going to start wearing wigs full time as well as toppers. My whole channel is about where do we find the confidence to really be the woman that we want to be, that woman that we see in our imagination, our mind's eye. How do we make that a reality in our life? I've been putting one foot in front of the other now for over 4 years on that journey. And I feel that eventually I'm at peace with wearing hair. And vlogtober has been an effort to show the reality of wearing wigs. This is what it's really like. I do wig reviews where the lighting is just right, but that snapshot doesn't really show you the day-to-day grind of choosing hair every day to wear, for want of a better word, or what the wigs look like in different situations, in different lighting, where perhaps you're not feeling as fresh and freshly made up as you otherwise would. What is that experience like at 5 o'clock in the afternoon after a full day of hectic work? Or first thing in the morning when you're kind of still half asleep and you're putting that wig on? Those are the important aspects of wearing a wig that really need to be put out there. And of course the beauty is that you can choose the length, choose the style, the curl pattern, the colour, how light or how dark do you feel like being on any particular day. Nothing is too much trouble, nothing's going to damage your hair, nothing's going to take too long to give you that look that you're after. So I'm going to get on with my day-to-day, and I will see you later on in the day to see how Parker bore up. It's Friday, the 11th of October. Yesterday was crazy at work. I started filming my vlogs as I go from early morning, and I put my laptop on to start work, and I was utterly just snowballed. It snowballed, and I didn't stop working until about 8:30 yesterday in the evening. No knitting group. And then I finished work, had a little bit of dinner, and went straight to bed. I was exhausted, and I kind of felt a little bit groggy this morning. Do you guys feel a little bit tired the day after you've had a busy day? I think it's maybe my age. I don't know. I was looking in the mirror this morning because obviously I'm not working now for the next 4 days. And I think that my eyebrows are thinning. They are naturally thinning. I bought this eyebrow pencil. It's a medium brown colour. And I wanted to just talk through how I actually do my eyebrows. So you can see there are gaps. I've got gaps up here. I've got thinning here, and my eyebrows are getting actually shorter. I used to have more, and I've already started on this side. I just take that bottom line. I don't start from this part. I start from the bottom. Take that bottom line and fill in the gaps on the bottom line of that brow, generally going towards the arch where it starts to break away and go down on the other side. And I just fill it in a little bit. Don't worry about that bit. Then I go to the top line of the brow and I follow the line, filling in the gaps as I go towards the arch. And of course our eyebrows are different from each other. I do see some ladies who make their eyebrows very similar, like almost the carbon copy, and I think that's a little bit intense. So now I address the part of the eyebrow that's sloping down. And it's not just a line down, it has got some thickness, and you can add in the thickness to it. So I follow the bottom line until to where I'd like it to stop, which is probably about 1/2 to 3/4 of a centimetre longer than it already is. And then again, on the top part of that thin bit, I descend, thickening it up as I go. And then I just do a little few upward strokes all the way along. So now you can see the difference between the two. The nice thing about this is that it has got a little brush, and I brush upwards. I don't need to fill in the whole thing. I like it lighter rather than darker. I don't want it too intense, and I don't want it too harsh looking. I do think that eyebrows really make a huge difference to a face, and I can't imagine what it would be like if I decided to change the shape of my eyebrows, because I think that is a central feature of your entire face that really makes you recognize yourself. When your eyebrows start to fall out, it's extremely noticeable, because any small change to the thickness or the shape of your eyebrows is so noticeable to you. So it's probably a little bit of age and a little bit of the joys of alopecia. Oh, the joys of alopecia. That's what this channel should be called. The joys of alopecia in midlife. I want to wear a wig today. I feel like wearing a wig rather than a topper. Just in case you're new to this channel, I wear something every day. I like to have the look of being complete. Hence the tan line. I was thinking of something completely different, but when I saw her, she spoke to me straight away. This is a Jaclyn Smith. I've done a review on this and I loved it. Oh. I'm going to see if I can make this style of clip work. So I'm going to catch all the bits that I want up to try and make that natural swept up shape that people with bio hair doing this can get, rather than every fibre pointing down all the time that wig wearers have to contend with. All right, now the positive, the potentially positive thing about this sort of clip is that you can place it over the hair, but dig this into the wig cap itself. Now, another thing that I've noticed is that I like to pull down some of the hairs at the side, and the reason being is because you can potentially see that wig cap here at the side. When you pull the hair down a little bit, even though you don't let it completely down, it's a kind of a permatease in that area that can really hide that wig cap and just blend the two together. So let's pull down. Now that's really comfortable. And before I assess the finished product, let's put some of this powder on. Now, you see, it's very unlikely that I'd ever go to work with this hair on like this. It's too long, it'll probably pull, and it will need to be a high maintenance style, which I avoid at all costs when I'm at work because I don't have time to mess around and look in the mirror and stuff. Let me draw that curtain open for a bit more light. Can you see? Now with my fingers, I can't even feel the cap. So it's unlikely that you're able to see the cap. Let's look at the other side. So I can just put my fingers down and I can get hold of that cap, but I can't feel the edge of it. It just makes me feel so good. I'm trying to put my finger on it. What is it that feels good? What does it actually feel like? A dear subscriber, I read her comment yesterday. She says, I think I've fallen back into the trap of feeling old and frumpy and generally unworthy. And I felt really sad to hear that. I've actually seen a picture of this lady and she looked so beautiful. Old, frumpy and unworthy. I guess when I wear a style like this on a day where I'm just spending it with family and maybe going out and doing a bit of shopping, etc., cooking, cleaning, that sort of thing, it gives me a lifeline and a connection to the me that isn't feeling old, frumpy and unworthy. I have something to hold on to that I can pull on, that I bring my old self back to me again. And the words that I would describe is vibrant, alive, attractive, interesting. These are all very alive words. They describe somebody who is in the fullness of their life, who's vital, who is available to form relationships with others and to enjoy things and to make memories and to still be in the full swing of life. I think that's how I feel when I put something like this on first thing in the day, and I know that I've got a stretch of several days where I'm not working, I'm just myself, and I'm doing all of those things, you know, that give my life meaning. I'm getting birthday gifts, I'm imagining seeing my children on their birthdays and baking something nice and looking after my diet and cleaning the house and being active. It's a world away from that opposite feeling where you feel that life is draining away from you and you feel kind of down. Sometimes even that you feel a lack of enthusiasm to do anything, or a feeling where you feel like there's nothing to look forward to. And also coupled with the time of year, I mean, it's glorious out there today, but I know that we're going to be moving into November, December, January, February. People are at their lowest in February, just before the spring starts. So I'm doing what I can to take life by the horns today, because who knows what tomorrow brings.